Hello there, everyone. All right. Yeah. Quite a bit's gone on, hasn't it? So, I want to see more. I don't know about you guys. Let's go and have a look. Do we get a little vision? Oh no, straight to business. Trike's all ready for us. Where do we need to go? At the Adventurers Terminal. All right, let's head there. That looks a bit cold.
Feels good.
I'm disorientated. That's what I am. All right, let's go in here. I say, I assume the adventurer's already trotted off somewhere. He's probably going to be in need of rescue again. All right, take on order. We've got to deliver the chiral decontaminators and sedatives to the Eastern Environmental Observatory. So it says, your destination is the Eastern Environmental Observatory. The facility's sole staff member has sent an SOS. Chiral contamination means he can't hold out much longer. Bring in some chiral decontaminators and sedatives. You'll be trekking hard routes at high altitudes. Take care. Okay. Let's just zoom out a minute. All right, yeah, that does look like a bit of a tricky place to get to. What is that about, that red icon? Right, the map's just a little bit cliff. There are signs that a gatequake has destroyed parts of the cliff face where many climbers who follow the ridge then find themselves at an impasse standing atop a jagged rock like a wild wolf of old. Okay. I'm not too concerned, but we are going to go on the trike. I think we should be okay. Yeah, all right, let's just close the routes simulator. We're going to fabricate some container repair spray just to make sure we got some. Put these all on my back. Auto organize. Anything we can do with a pass. What's the button for that? Show all names. There we go. Improved MP shells. That could be quite good. We'll grab that. I'm not fussed about it, but we'll take the improved electrical attacks as well. It's like, okay. But I think after that, everything else is kind of eh. All right, so let's back out. Let's head out. I assume at some point you can just go for them anyway. You know, you'll have enough resources to get everything.
Order
all right.
Accepted. Thank you.
All right. Hey, he's on an... That's a different way of doing things. Right, which direction are we going in? We're going that way. All right, cool. Just before we do... All right, I needed a photo. Okay, let's head this way then. Oh, and I go right into a obstacle. That's a fantastic start. Is that the objective? Yeah, okay, cool. Let's just shoot up here. That seems a good first direction to go in. Oh, I've just realized I haven't got any boots on. Can I? All right, I'm not going to do it now, but I will in a minute. Oh, that looks interesting. Sorry, the scenery just kind of pulled me in there, like, ooh. All right, so I am going to need to change my boots. If I try and start walking in them, I am probably going to regret it. I've got the hood on as well, so the weather could get a bit bad. There is a zip line up here, that's something. Lou is enjoying the ride. I'm glad you are, Lou. I still want to know what's going on with you, Lou. Oh, hang on, that was a bit of damage I didn't mean to cause. Whoopsie. I hope that hasn't, like, knocked 20% off my cargo's health. That'd be, like, very disappointing. All right, let's go here. All right, I need a direction. We're going that way still? Okay. I'm definitely going a weird way here. Instead of just going straight up the mountain, I've decided to go diagonally around it. Let's see if we can just hop down here. There we go, that's it. That's it, come on. The battery still seems to be okay here. I may need to slow down in a moment. I think this might be where we found the adventurer. Or thereabouts. I'm trying to work out what all that is. So that's... It's that way. Yeah, that's something we haven't seen yet. That's kind of cool. We're getting a little preview of what's to come. I can only assume it's another knot. Or whatever you call... You know, like one of the main populations. Okay. Again, this is looking fairly straightforward right now. Although you hear rock slides and it's like, okay.
Sam, look out!
Where am I looking out from? Oh, hang on, I see it. I think we just about kept out of the way. Equipment ruins ceramics. Is that like part of the order? Did take a bit of damage. Yeah, the cargo did take some damage, but why is ceramics taking damage? I don't know. Maybe I was connected to... Oh, hang on. Why am I going backwards? Whoa, okay. That was weird. Okay. I was going up quite comfortably, and then it's as if it decided, no, you can't keep going up. It put a fight up as soon as I let go of the accelerator. Thin air at high altitudes will drain Sam's consciousness gauge. Try it in a cryptobite if it looks like you're going to pass out. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Oh! Oh, wrong way. This battery is just about hanging in there. Oh, again. I'm wondering if it's best to try and go around this end. Yeah, marginally. Oh, what? Maybe not. That's very rocky. This could drain my battery just doing this entire thing. All right, we are at high altitude. Let's find where we're going again. Oh, that, cool. All right, you can actually see it. That's not bad. Right, not good for the cargo, that I will respect that. I might have been better bringing the truck, but I thought we'd be okay with this. And I would respray it, but it seems like the actual container isn't bad. It's just the cargo itself has got damaged. The trouble with the trike, it's not supporting when it's not on the trike. Okay, that's not ideal. I like the fact that the trike also has the, like, snow wheels, if you like. I think that's a very neat detail. Right, let's just roll with it. If you can't go up, go around. I think this is about right, yeah. It definitely felt like a messy way I took just now, but it was reasonably quick. I mean, I'm only 11 minutes into my recording, so I feel like I've already got time to do another thing. Plus, my track battery didn't die, so that's another good thing.
So that's the place, huh?
A little nest, Aniarani. I apologise for not allowing you more time to play. I do try to let them play out.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
But yeah, I definitely feel like I could have done better here, but let's just do the delivery anyway, so... Ooh, dear. D rank at best.
Oh. Hey, you actually made it here, huh? Or am I just imagining things? Right. Now check that cargo of yours.
I think he's been on his own a while.
This cargo's pretty messed up. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to remind you of whatever you dealt with getting here.
It wasn't the worst I've faced. Just sorry I didn't bring it in better condition.
Been waiting a long time for this moment. But I always knew you'd come my way.
Get us on the Chiral network, we can sort you out.
Cupid to get me online.
Locations like this, this is where roads or zip lines or even the monorail, if it comes this way, it's where it'll sort things out. But the first trip's always the worst. No Chiral network, you're just winging it. Okay, another location secured. Can I actually show my mouse on here? I don't think you guys can see it now. Just to the left of the star that's flashing, we've got a big area that's not marked. And I can't help but wonder if that's somewhere we're going to go, or if it's another one of these places where we're encouraged to go and do it ourselves. Plus, there's another one very far north as well. I feel like I'm going to have to just make an effort and see if some of these places are, you know, wanting to be connected. So, yeah, just keeping that in mind. I think the stars as well are the observatories and the Fort Knots as well, based on the positioning. So, another thing to keep in mind. All right, so we connected up Ridge Frost of the Eastern Environmental Observatory. There we go. Quite a few things already around here, including the Magellan. Ooh, we've now got the oxygen mask. It's connected to a hood with sufficient battery. The mask will provide a steady supply of oxygen, reducing the rate at which stamina is drained and allowing you to breathe normally in areas of low oxygen or VOG. The mask's face guard will automatically disengage if you run out of battery. All right, we got the song that was just trying to play, and we've got a pass enhancement.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Anything of note? Bridge link, we'll take it. Still 249, I feel like I've been there a while.
Alright. Connected to the network. Which means I can finally start fixing up this observatory. In case you haven't heard, we've been seeing an increase in chiral density in every region as the network has expanded. More instances of strange phenomena outside network coverage too. And I've been told this is indicative of plate gate emergence. You know, after being alone all this time, I wasn't sure I'd be able to stay the course. Till you arrived with that life-saving cargo. Should be all set to hold down the fort now. Not exactly a one-man job, but I'll do my team proud. Oh, I've shared schematics for an oxygen mask with you. I'll help you stay active in areas where the air's thin. Personally, I'd recommend you wear one at all times when you're in my neck of the woods.
All right, fair enough. What are you monitoring around here?
Tar current fluctuations and whatnot. Mostly in the eastern part of the continent and elevated regions. Going forward, I'll also be paying very close attention to signs of plate gate emergence. Unfortunately, the chiral cloud layer has been gradually descending ever since I got here. Everyone was suffering from exposure, and I'm the only one who stuck around. You're the first friendly face that I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, I can imagine that's rough. But yeah, how much around here is like thin oxygen? Like, how much should I be concerned?
You know, at high altitudes, on mountains, like this one, for example. And if you climb above the cloud layer, you've got even less oxygen to breathe. Saps your energy even if you're not doing anything strenuous. Over time, you'll cover less distance and be at increased risk of slipping and falling. It's a good idea to wear your oxygen mask to help you stay strong and sharp.
All right, fair enough. I'm gonna head off. Make sure I don't get out of breath soon.
Mother Nature won't show you any mercy around these parts. The biting cold and steep slopes will slow you down, or stop your progress altogether. Now would be a good time to make sure that you're fully prepared for the journey ahead. By the way, the aeronautical engineer who lives northwest of here just posted a sub-order for you. Seems something at the Ghost Mech factory's got him all hot and bothered. Help him out and he might hook you up with some useful gear. In any case, I hope you'll come visit me here again sometime. I understand it's a lot to ask folks to make the trip on a regular basis. But that's why I'm hoping I can offer you stuff that'll be of use in hazardous conditions like these. Keep on keeping on, man. And thanks again for all your help.
This is the President, Sam. Chiral network coverage has just passed the 75% milestone here in Australia. The next leg of your journey will take you to the southern part of the continent. Once the remaining regions have been integrated into the network, the manifestation of a new plate gate is all but guaranteed. Marshal your strength to overcome the final hurdles and make this continent whole again. We're all counting on you.
Sam, Rainey's not doing so great. It might be more of a mental than a physical issue, but I'm honestly not sure. Do you remember the doctor from the Motherhood? We think she should be able to help ease Rainey's anxieties. It was Tommen's idea. We already reached out, and she said we could come visit anytime. Since the Motherhood's within the Chiral network, we can use the Magellan to travel there. Once you've made it back to the ship, just head to your private room and settle in. You can use the trip to catch up on sleep. But if there's anything you need to take care of before we depart, now would be the time to do so.
All right, I don't see anything myself.
Sam, I'm contacting you via a different protocol. This private mode affords me a direct connection to you alone. It seems Drawbridge has reason to suspect that APAC may have been involved in the production of ghost mechs. This possibility concerned me as well, so I conducted my own investigation and reaffirmed that APAC's underlying technologies are iterations of an older Bridges framework. What I'm getting at, Sam, is that the guilty party is not APAC, but Bridges. Which is to say, the UCA may also have some involvement with ghost mech production. This would perhaps explain why firearms and other weapons have become commonplace on the Australian continent. The UCA's precursor, the United States of America, had a prominent gun culture. Though Americans first took up arms to liberate themselves from British colonial rule, they retained the right to bear arms so that they might defend themselves against future government tyranny. APAC has no such designs, of course, but Higgs has used factories to obtain weapons in an attempt to subjugate the continent through violent action. And so, the people of Australia have, in response, been forced to take up arms in self-defense. A distinctly American philosophy, and one which would appear to have spread to this continent. The more we seek to unite the people with metaphorical ropes, the more essential sticks seem to become. This particular situation is one that I feared might come to pass. Which is precisely why I determined that it must not be the UCA, but a civilian organization which takes the lead in expanding chiral infrastructure. But if the UCA is indeed somehow implicated in these events, it may dramatically alter the calculus. I realize it must be vexing not knowing what to believe, Sam. Should I learn more, I'll contact you at once. For my part, I have a favor to ask. I must insist you not disclose that we've been in direct contact. There's no telling who may be involved with what at this stage.
Order completed.
Okay. That is interesting. Okay. Where is the Magellan? It feels close, but I don't know where close. Down there. Okay. So yeah, I feel that was interesting that the President has just made an effort to directly communicate with us. My gut for a while has been saying that we should be looking more in the direction of the likes of Charlie than the President. In fact, he always felt like what you know, a traditional patsy, if you like. Oh, I didn't mean get out of there. Yeah, he felt like someone they could easily just look at and go, oh yeah, he's definitely a bad guy, you know. So I don't know, maybe they're doing the same with Charlie. But the fact that the UCA itself has been implicated, that is a whole other thing, because when you think UCA is essentially APAS now. So yeah, it gets very complicated. We'll have to have a look. It's you, I need a favor from you. I was too out of it to realize who you were when you rescued me in the snowy mountains. But now I've figured out you're the one who rescued me from the armed survivalist base and brought me to the Dowser's place, right? I can't believe you saved me twice. What a hero. Anyway, I need your help. There's some cargo addressed to me that I'd like you to fetch. I don't mind which cargo you bring me first. I'm going to need it all eventually. Bring it to me and I'll give you a super rare mask. I found it while exploring the snowy mountains near where you found me, in fact. It looks like something completely out of this world. If you're interested, you know what you need to do. Alright, cool. Very much the definition of a side quest, but good to have it. But yeah, I am curious where things are going. I feel like we're being pointed in multiple directions. It's almost like the Spider-Man meme of everyone's pointing at each other. But I don't know. Let's see if we can find out some more. I find it interesting we're going back to the Motherhood at this point. It feels right, but it also caught me by surprise. I'm going here and I'm like, no, let's just go straight in. I was going to do another mission after, but I think I might just see if something happens here. Yeah, it's Betty Bo's time. Alright, I'm more than happy to see it. I'll just try and look at that. Can I look, or is it just going to keep blurring out of focus? Both stick and rope. Hang on. There we go. Zoom. Where's zoom? Focal length. There we go. Both stick and rope to protect and connect together for tomorrow. I can only assume that these are all the places we hooked up. So, kind of interesting we got a little visual reminder there. Alright, I am going to call it here for the simple fact I'm not sure how long the next parts are going to take, so I don't want to start that now and then be going for another hour. So we'll leave it here. But thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Yeah, have a good rest of your day, folks, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everyone.